Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 5'11" headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer and the birthday boy, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
I'm good, my man. How about yourself?
I am doing very well. Glad to be
Hey,
here,
man.
man. Happy
Fake it.
to be 45.
Hey, man. Fake it till you make it.
Yes, sir.
Inside sadness. So, thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials at Super Duper Pod, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at HP53productions.com for our merch and additional content such as the Father Good Podcast and our own Ez McMahon with the Easy Smoke and GM Podcast. I'm assuming you guys didn't get a chance to record.
No, we did record. We
shout
recorded
out.
Monday night, man.
Oh, my bad. No disrespect.
What are you talking about?
No disrespect.
We do record every now
So
and then.
you talked about Caleb.
We actually led, believe it or not, we actually led with WNBA talk
the Caitlin Clark
with Caitlin
stuff.
Clark and Angel Reese.
And the Stephen A. Smith and Monica McNutt.
Blow up. Did we get into that? I think we mentioned it. We mentioned it. And then we also obviously talked about Caleb Williams getting through minicamp. And I think that was about it. We talked a little bit of the NBA finals.
Man, I was thinking about the WNBA, and you know who's mad about this? It's baseball. It's like, hey man, now you're gonna watch something else in the summer, not us. Because I mean, I don't even think about watching baseball. I saw the Cubs and the White Sox. Shout out to my man Will Thrill, who went out and grabbed some dinner, and the Sox game was on. Cubs game was on, and it's like it was so bad. It was ended up 7-6 Cubs, but it was just like both of these teams are
Cubs
horrible,
won
man.
on a walkout. Well, the Cubs aren't awful.
I mean, they're
the Cubs are in second place.
I mean, okay, it's
they're in
it. Okay,
still though they're in it. The White Sox are. Did you see what happened tonight?
Yeah, I saw 13-1, right?
Yeah, they no hits into the seventh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Not good at all, man. And shout out to the Boston Celtics winning game 1 of the NBA Finals. So we'll see how that goes, man. It's funny how everybody are just mad. I don't know, man. Maybe because that's just my lane now. Like I realize I don't even listen to music anymore. I listen to podcasts and mainly like sports podcasts. And shout out to Derek Thompson and Playing English. You know what I'm saying? It's like either it's a sports or it's a very nerdy podcast. So
okay.
I don't even listen to music no more like that. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking I might have to go back to it, see how that goes. But make sure you check out the Easy Smoke and GM podcast wherever you get your podcast or if you listen to this podcast. Again, appreciate you guys for sure. So as I'm going to get through it today, man. So the first thing, I don't know if this cicadas thing is happening all over. I mean, you probably know more about it than I do. But apparently, they'll be having like a cicada reunion here in the Chicagoland area. So every 17 years or so, is that about right? Every 17 years or so, cicadas come around.
But we're in a
17 years.
This year it's two different broods that are rising. There's a 13-year and a 17-year, and all of them are coming up.
They're together
at this point. Yeah.
Man, it's like the Crips and the Bloods. This stuff is crazy. It's wild. Like if you guys don't know what cicada is, thank God you don't know what they are, because these some big old heavy bugs that run into stuff. Dude, I was driving, right? I had the window down, had my hand out. Cicada hit my hand. Wow, but it's like a rock hit my hand. It's like these big old bugs. Lady at work, she said she was outside having lunch. Cicada was hitting her in the head, hitting her in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying? I had a cicada hit my car, fall under the car. I go check it out. It flew away. I was like, y'all just. Then I read, like, I guess if a cicada cicada gets infected with an STD, it turns into like a zombie. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard this? Stuff is nuts.
What?
Like cicadas, yeah, cicadas can pee on you. They pee like 2 feet a second. Then apparently people are eating cicadas. They fry.
Wait. How do cicadas get STDs?
So I guess if they bite somebody or do something, again, to keep it a buck, when I read like cicada,
That's
STD,
they've
zombie, I was like,
they've made
I'm
that
out.
up.
I was
Stop
like, I'm
that.
out. I'm out. I'm out. But people are eating cicadas, dog. They
I heard.
deep fry,
I did hear that.
bro, man. That's ain't got nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you eating the cicadas. But the biggest thing, so my sister on family night was like, yo, the cicadas are everywhere. People running from them, what have you. And today I finally heard like the swarm of them, man. Like it sounded like a big siren going on outside. I'm like, that's the
I honestly,
cicadas? You
I
haven't seen
haven't.
them, right?
Well, I was on the golf course, so
Yeah.
I was in the suburbs, and so they were out there,
Mhm.
and we were swatting them off, and don't hit the ball by the trees, or
That's it, huh?
you're in cicada land there. But
Yeah.
but by my house, none. I haven't
You
seen
know,
any.
maybe it happens by the kids, by the boys' school, I should say. Dead cicadas everywhere, man. Just it's just around the trees. People got their trees wrapped up. At first, again, I didn't know what was happening. I was like, what y'all people bougie? You have to they wrapping your trees now? You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all smart. Protecting the tree from the cicada. This,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man, hey man, that sounds a lot like locusts.
that's what. Well, wait, I was
And
expecting.
AKA it's like a plague.
I was talking to somebody today about that. That's exactly what I said. I said That's what I was expecting.
Mhm.
I was expecting the swarm of locusts to come, and the way the media was talking about it, and that hasn't happened.
Yeah, and they seem real chill about it too. They're like, yeah, cicadas. And I'm like, hey, when you see a cicada, it's like, hey, man, y'all should have been more forceful with your conversation about what these cicadas are. Because you should say, run, hide, go to Michigan, anything. You don't just go to work regular. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is insane. They flying through your car. I mean, they running into this stuff is nuts. I have no idea when they're leaving, but I can't wait till they get out of here, man. Straight up. So again, if you're not from Chicago, just Google cicada and be happy you don't live here right now, man. Straight up, man.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, yes, it is. See, that's
Oh,
because you ain't seen it. You understand? You see, you live in a predominantly black area. Cicadas
that's what it
apparently
is. It's
they don't like
dangerous
black
over
folks.
there. That's right.
I'm over here mingling, and they over here for they over here for real, dude. Man. Hey, I didn't want to talk about Trump, man. You know what I'm saying? Just cause, right? But is he really might be in jail and still elected?
I
This stuff
told you
is
that was
stupid.
possible.
That is this
I
this
told you
stuff
that
is
last
people
year.
I mean, I really just want to say I think people just are not smart, man. You know what I'm saying? Like people are blaming Joe Biden for stuff he can't control. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you know what I mean? It's like people don't even understand. But I will say this because actually, this kind of ties into the point I'm gonna make here. So there's a story on the AP News. As you ever heard of the Fearless Fund?
No.
So Fearless Fund was created. One of the co-founders, her name was Erin Simone. She actually started a magazine called Fearless a few years ago, maybe about 10 years ago. Actually, more like 15 years ago. And she's her self-made woman. Her story was she was kind of had some tough times coming out of school, made some of herself, started a magazine, and then started doing well, right? I had clients, worked in entertainment. Then she, another woman, created the Fearless Fund, which was a fund that supported Black women entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? So it was like if you are a Black woman, you got a business, feel it, it's like, you have angel investors and you pitch. They were like looking for you, a black woman, and they would support you. Obviously, of course, if your plan is tight and it's gonna be a viable business, but you had the end was that you were a Black woman, right? But a federal court found that this fund was deemed discriminatory, right? And so, that's like wild. But here's the thing, with that affirmative action being struck down by the Supreme Court, a lot of things have been falling by the wayside, like programs at corporations, you know what I'm saying, schools. There's an article I think I showed it to you. Is I think it was Howard. Yeah, it was being threatened with a lawsuit because it was like because they have studies that are only about black people. Some people threatening them like saying that's
Yeah, I
discriminatory.
saw that.
You
Yeah,
saw that, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's like this stuff is getting out of hand because it's like, dude, and what is that? People take this whole affirmative action is racist. It really it's not. It's about equity. These are people you never would have even considered that have now benefited or enhanced your school, your job, your place of whatever. That's really what it's about, right? But then some folks take that as not as a bad position, and so now it's unraveling to this point where this fund that helps black women, right, start their companies, right? These black women won't get money from anybody else from these companies, and who knows what kind of business they'll start to. And all that to say is, this is why voting matters, right? Because it's like who you elect, right? And again, this presidential election, okay, we know this is just going to be a circus, right? As we can all agree with this. But for real though, like your gubernatorial elections, your mayoral elections, the midterm elections, yo, these are the ones you should pay attention to because then you look up and you're like, why are they doing this to us? They don't never like us. And you decided not to vote that year for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Or not even to keep yourself informed. And again, we talk about it as all the time. The Republicans played the long game. They got these courts sold up. You know what I'm saying? And they got and they've been changing laws, changing these voting laws, and it's like now we just trying to we on the defense, right? And it's like we have to be on the offense. So like, what kind of community do you want? You guys, I mean, I know like I hear people, even with Trump being convicted, reading the New York Times, and folks are like, well, I still don't know how I'm gonna vote. What? You still don't know? What else? What else got to happen? You know what I'm saying? So still people thinking like that. And then as folks are like voting for Robert Kennedy. And again, I don't know who he is. I don't know what he about, what he on, but I can't trust it. And so it's like, what, Trump could win just based on something like that. Something stupid like that happening, man. Right? You never know. But again, no matter how this presidential election shakes out, truthfully, you should be concerned about the elections in your local area just as much as you are about the presidential elections. Like that is real. And people don't say that enough. Well, I don't hear it often. I'm sure people say it, but we're gonna start pushing that more just because again, all of these things add up. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff that maybe the president's going to do is going to affect you like down the line, maybe tax stuff, things like that. But these local elections affect you today, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Affect the people that that's running into court, right? That has a little situation. They got to go into front of a state's attorney. You know what I mean? Like this stuff, all this stuff matters, and you don't think about that till you in the pickle. And now you're like, who are we going in front of? And you like, I didn't even vote. Like the guy, like for example, in Chicago, a man who ran for state's attorney, Clayton Harris, he goes to my church, right? And they said he lost by a small margin of votes. That if more black people would have voted, like just a small fraction of black people would have voted, he would have won the race. You know what I'm saying?
Well, only
Like
I think 20 it was 20 something percent of the eligible voters voted
came
in that
out.
election. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's it.
And now I'm telling you, man, now you get caught in a trick bag and you got to go in front of the state's attorney. Again, not to say the person who has been nominated won't be fair, but I know this guy would be, right? And so, but all that to say is all these things are tied up. All these things matter. Just pay attention to voting. People die for this. This right is a big deal. It's not nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just please vote. Like seriously, it's only June, but you know what I'm saying? Just pay attention to what's going on outside because it ain't sweet as. You got anything to add, man?
No, I think you hit it. You hit it hard right there, man.
Pause.
It's important.
Yeah, man.
Pause. It's very important.
Exactly.
I'm trying to be serious over here, man.
I know. I'm 12, man. Sorry.
Man.
Sorry. That's the episode. I'm 12. So before we get out of here, this is short. So I tell everybody we were supposed to record last night. And Ez hit me and was like, yeah, I'll be. We had what? It was 10 minutes. He said, "Now I need like 20." Well, whatever. I had extra time. I said, cool, guys. And I sat down, turned on the TV, and it was like 10:45 maybe. And I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we did
Yep.
not record last night. So this
And
probably gonna be a.
I was still up waiting.
I was just like, I
I
was
was
gone,
just, yeah, I was just
knocked out.
sitting here.
Your text messages were, "Are you asleep?" Well, I mean, I can't respond. So
Well, when you didn't respond to that, I realized, I was like, yeah, it's over.
yeah, I do.
I called it at that point. So
Yeah, I was like, hey, smart on your part, bro. I mean, I was out of there. So you're not gonna get the big long episode like you normally do. Because I'm tired. It's we an off night. Anyway, on Netflix as they got this Ashley Madison doc. So do you remember the whole debacle with Ashley Madison 2015?
I remember I do remember that there were a bunch of ESPN employees that
Oh,
used their work email address on
uh,
the Ashley Madison site.
bruh.
That's not smart.
Listen, okay. So
Broke
just
up a
real
lot of
quick,
happy homes, by the way.
just in case guys don't know, Ashley Madison was a site that pretty much it said life is short, have an affair. That was his tagline. Essentially,
Wait,
it
it's
was a
gone now?
well, apparently they say it's back up and running, but it ain't gonna be what it was.
Uh,
So I mean, not to give the doc too much away, but I mean, most of this stuff is just recounting what happened, right? It's like if they do a story about the pandemic later, I'm gonna say, I want you to know how it ends. We got out of it. But like with with Ashley Madison, it was like essentially, it was they said the people are unhappily married, but they don't want to get divorced. And they weren't trying to break up marriages per se. This is what they were saying. Their whole thing was like maybe you just need to meet somebody, have a little spark. Your spouse isn't doing XYZ for you, and you can meet somebody else that has a lot to lose as well. So they're not gonna blow up your spot, right? Because like they say in the movies, the side chicks usually like, I want to be first. They call the house. Like, girl, I told you not to call after dinner time. You can't keep hiding me. So then people go to Ashley Madison because
that's
like
not that's not just the movies.
so
That's real life.
they go to Ashley Madison because it's like, hey, hide me, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to meet in the car or behind the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna call you, that kind of thing. But as you pointed out, is what people were doing, which I just was thinking, y'all just hustling backwards. First and foremost, people were giving their real names, real email addresses, like real where you live. I would have been Ezra Kuntz,
Oh, man.
Chris McCann. You understand me? I would have been Franklin Reynolds. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Frank. oh man. When people giving their real name, real address, real IP address, it's like, yo, what? You are on here to cheat. Why are you giving real information? And so essentially, this is what's in the news, but it won't give away too much. There was a security breach of Ashley Madison, and you'll see why it happened if you watch the documentary. And all these people's information were put online, put on Twitter. And I mean, like as we're saying, broke a lot of happy homes. They just kind of were going through stories of just like people were affected by this. I mean, in a sad note, some people took their own lives because it's like wrecked their life. You know what I'm saying? Like they were prominent, and it was like prominent people in the military. Like people at ESPN, people just all over the place on AshleyMadison.com. Dude, they got to 37 million users. That's crazy.
37 million.
37 million users, dog.
Wow. That's a lot of cheaters.
Yeah. Well, again, it's a lot more to it. I don't want to give it away, but I was fascinated by the doc. I mean, really, I was stuck on like they put their real name. Like, you know how easy it is to create a Google email? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Very easy.
saying?
Not that
Seriously.
I have one.
I mean, not that I've done it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? No, wouldn't do that.
But I figure it would
I
be
bet,
though.
yeah, they make it so easy with Gmail. Anyway, before I get myself in trouble, it was like, hey, you can make a fake one with no problem. And then, okay, you're Steven. I'm Steph Curry. Yep. I'm Steph with a Y. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, man? So I almost was like, y'all deserve this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got busted. They put on Twitter. and it just kind of people were searching. It's like, people were getting caught losing their jobs over this stuff, man. I mean, again, not just their marriages, like their jobs and reputations. Like it was bad. And I was thinking, like, I remember this, but it was like, yo, this is like a big deal. I'm surprised this wasn't a bigger thing than it really was. So yeah, man, just so just give a fake name. If you this is what you're gonna do, give a fake one. What are we doing? I mean, that's probably horrible advice for a podcast. But seriously, like all jokes aside, it's like don't do it, number one. But it's like, jeez,
Everyone get a burner email account.
get your burner. AT&T got a bunch of them. Again, I've heard. So it's just like you you want to make this is insane. It was is I was watching this. I was so enthralled by this doc. Like, I couldn't shake it because it was like these people are really giving up their whole lives on this app. And
Well,
so
they
like,
didn't expect the info to get out.
but very, very fair. And Ashley Madison told that it's a very secure site again.
Right.
When you see the documentary, you kind of see how they got in trouble and got busted, man. But it was pretty wild stuff, man. So that's my recommendation for the week. Oh, speaking of recommendations, we got a Tubi recommendation this week?
I did watch a Tubi. I forget the
Oh,
name of it now.
well, we do got one. The Thought of Murder, right?
Oh yeah, we
That's
do
yeah.
have that one.
The Thought of
Oh
Murder. So
yeah,
check
yeah.
that one out. We'll probably be talking about that one more soon. So, Ez, I know I alluded to it at the beginning of the episode, but man, it was your birthday, man. So I want to properly wish you a happy birthday. Did you put up your thank you on Facebook yet?
You know what? I haven't yet.
Come on, man.
I
Come
haven't
on.
yet.
Let's write that right now. Let's write it right now.
I'm a little late.
Are you a chapter? Are you a chapter person?
I did give likes though to all of the
All your happy
all of
birthday,
the
Ezra.
yeah.
So
I did that. So I wasn't,
okay.
I wasn't too, thoughtless.
Yes, I'm usually thoughtless. I'll be forgetting. I don't even look at Facebook like that. So
But
let's.
are people actually looking for it though?
I don't know. I feel like when I put my happy birthday on people, I just assume they're never gonna see it. It's just more. I check my personal box. Like, hey, I say happy birthday to you on.
I mean, I do it,
on
but
the book.
I don't expect them to get back to me.
I don't either. I mean, but some people go through it and like it. So, but let's write your thank you post. So,
Let's do it.
Let's chapter 45.
Because
Chapter 45. You have done it.
I've done. Well, no, I don't do the whole chapter 45, but
Yeah, I hate when people do that. It's like, okay, all right. Chapter
I have done the
45.
What did we say it was?
You got to end it. You know how to make a guy feel special.
You make a guy feel special.
You got to make a guy
Yes.
feel special. So you got to start out.
I think people are getting tired of that one now.
You got to start out. Hey, so thankful for all the calls, texts,
All the
posts,
the birthday wishes.
I'm so thankful to have another year around the around the sun. You know how to make a guy feel special.
There you go. Bam.
There you go. Boom. Hit
Post
send on that. No, gotta put up an old picture of yourself, like from 1984, like when you would have. Nah, dude, let's do 86 because the Bears had won. I'm sure you had Bears gear on. So
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I had a Bears t-shirt.
there you go, man.
Super Bowl champs.
But seriously, so in your 45th year, I ain't prepping for this, so sorry, bro. But in your 45th year, is there something you're looking forward to? Is there something you like, looking forward to in life now? Or like how are you feeling at 45?
I'm looking for just to be just healthy, man.
Yeah.
Being healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Facts. Facts on facts on facts, man.
Yes.
Hey, need that. But
Yes.
it's funny, the healthy thing is like when we were 25, like health was just like don't
Did not care.
get caught with the wrong girl.
Right,
Like don't get hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? It was like that was a health thing. Like don't, you know, just get caught drunk, stupid. Like it was like health, like severing limbs stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like, hey man, do I really need to eat this ice cream because it might make these levels high, and I'm gonna be out of the box for 2-3 days.
I gotta watch my blood pressure. I gotta, my cholesterol levels are a little high. Need to get those in check there. Let me
Bruh.
eat these vegetables today because
Hey man,
I had a little too much steak the other day, you know.
dude, I went to a birthday party. And it was like like barbecue. Shout out to West Side. She got me a plate, and it, it was just barbecue stuff on it, bro. I was messed up the next couple of days. Like I literally got to be vegan. You know what I'm saying? Like I think legit got to be vegetarian, bro, because it's like I can't eat the same stuff. I be want South Patch Kids so bad, bro. They be calling my name. It's like, nope, I'm gonna have a bad week. I can't have a bad week. I got too much to do, man. But
That's
it is something
that's
like you value just. And I'm gonna tell you, like my pops is 80. He made 80 a couple weeks ago, and it's like, man, he kicking tail, right? And it's like 80 is that's 35 years away, man. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And so but I know like his key to life was just staying active. Like he just kept moving and kept doing things that people thought he was too old for. You know what I'm saying? And so like man, if you and I have been friends for knocking on 30 years, man. So so just glad you made another year. But yeah, it's just like I'm with you. It's like the health thing is something that's at the front of my mind. Like not like to you. I'm sure you nothing is like I got something but it's like you're very aware of like
yeah.
your actions and how it affects your health, and that's something that doesn't hit you till you like in your 40s because the bounce back ain't the same, man. It's like dog. I ate horribly and I still looked amazing. You know what I'm saying? If I just hit the gym, as long as I was in there consistently, now it's like I'm in there like, wait a minute, I've been in here for days. What is happening? As Broski would say, you got to eat air.
Man,
So that's all you can do, man.
what did Sinbad say? You just think of a cookie
Man. And here's the
and you add
thing.
an extra gut.
They taste so good though. And they everywhere. Like I've had to throw away a bag of M&Ms. Like I've had to throw away a box of cookies because it was like this is the only way I'm not going to eat this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be the hard part. It's like when it's late at night and you're hungry. The only thing that's open is McDonald's, Popeyes, and Red Snapper. Whole Foods ain't open. You know what I'm
Nope,
saying?
nope.
Pete's ain't
They close at
open.
10.
Like for real. You telling me ain't nobody figured this out yet to have a healthy place
Well, no, that's the
open
thing.
at midnight?
Nobody wants that at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man, I do. Hey
Man,
man, I'm trying to eat right, trying to live right.
you better have it stored in the fridge, man.
Yeah, but you're
That's
right.
the only way.
After a night of one a couple, you don't want to come home and say,
The
"Hey,
last thing I want
got any quinoa here?
some
Got any
spinach.
tofu? Hey, babe, got any spinach? That whiskey was great. Hey man, we'll
I
get this
want
pizza."
I want a double cheeseburger.
Hey, facts. But
Man,
I read somewhere that if you're doing it right, you really don't have to like have 100% like eat healthy 100% of the time. If you're knocking it out 8 out of 10 times, so out of 10 times you're eating healthy 8 times, you can eat two like bad meals or bad things and it doesn't affect you,
yeah.
all the
I
way.
mean, you don't want to do 7 bad meals in a week, but
Yeah,
two,
it happens, man.
two is
Yeah.
fine.
Listen, so 8 out of 10, I think they did the math. So like I think, it's like you eat 3 meals a day, that's 90 meals a day, 90 meals a month, right?
Yeah,
Technically, if you're looking at 30 days.
yeah.
And so 80% of that is what? I don't have my math in front of me. It's probably like 20, no, 90, 20. Don't y'all judge me. Anyway,
I didn't major in math. Sorry.
I did. So it's like this was really sad. So but 80% of 90 has to be hold on.
Here,
Edit.
I'll do it right now. Wait.
You'll keep it in. You keep this in. It's screwed up.
Yeah.
I really did minor in math. That's what's pretty sad. Sorry, Mr. Berger.
72.
That number was in my head, but if I felt wrong. Anyway, so
Yeah.
like so 72 meals. So that's what I'm screwing up. It's 18 meals you can eat poorly. You know what I'm saying? If you're
Mhm.
eating 72 well,
Yeah.
that's not a bad, that's not horrible, right? But it's just sometimes some people got, but that's how it goes. The ice cream be free. People giving away Sour Patch Kid bags at work. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing in donuts just for you you because you're new. You know what I'm saying? You did a great job with that, Ezra. Here's a dozen glazed donuts. Happy birthday. Thanks.
Yummy.
So, done all right. But before we get out of here, again, happy birthday to you, brother. And I want to
Thank
wish
you.
a
Thank
happy
you.
anniversary to my parents, man. They've been married 59 years today, and
Say that
that's
again.
wild.
Say it again.
They've been married 59 years, man.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's something. You know, one thing I always admired about my folks, like in their marriage, like, not perfect, and that's cool because nobody's marriage is perfect. But like they always talking. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, they're always talking to each other. You know what I'm saying? Something I always noticed about them. They was always just talking. And, even if they were mad at each other, it was still some conversations happening. But I gotta say, like, one thing, like my mother, I mentioned this on the pod before. It's like how she raised us, just how she cares for you. You heard my mother on the pod. Like she ain't mushy. Well, she mushy with the grandkids, right? But she ain't a mushy lady. You understand me? Like people think she mean till they hear her talk to us. It's like, oh, that's how you talk to them. Say like she get us, cut us up. So she ain't mushy, right? But the thing is, my mother shows her love by knowing you. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows, like for example, I can't see somebody vomit. I mean, well, I've been broken out because I got kids. You see everything when you get kids, but it was like, something happened, and she knew if I saw something, a certain thing, I was not gonna eat. And I was like in my 20s, and she said, Robbie, sit right here, and I just don't question my mother. So I sat down what she said, and when I looked up to where I would have been, it was like, oh, she was right. All that to say, I witnessed it, man. My father came home one day, and I was at the house just hanging, whatever, and he walked in, and she said, he just said, hey, literally said, hey, y'all, came home from work, and she went, you okay? And he went, yeah, yeah, and she went, no, you're not. He's like, no, I'm fine. So she looked at him. She said, did you eat salt today? And he went, yeah, I had some with my meal. We were all like, he just walked in the door. Like she just knew, what I'm saying? And it's like you've been married to somebody this long. You just know them better than they know themselves, right? Like especially when my dad got sick, and when he had an aneurysm. Well, no, it wasn't an aneurysm. He had blood in his brain, and this was in 2017, I think, 2017 or 18. And I remember, like, you saw the fear in my mother's face. Obviously, we all were scared, but from my mother's standpoint, like this is my partner in life. You know what I'm saying? This is like the person I need him around, and vice versa. My papa say all the time, he was like, nobody like Miss B, right? It's like, and he'll say your mother's one of a kind. She's just the best. And I'd be looking around, I'd be thinking he'd be trying to get brownie points. He was saying to my mother here, but she don't be around. He's saying it because it's true. He was like, son, listen. He always said I had the best mother-in-law, and I had the best wife in the world, man. So I love my parents, and I'm thankful that like I'm like these two people. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're both just smart, ambitious. But my mother's hilarious. My dad's funny when he ain't trying to be funny. Like when he try to tell a joke, we be like, boo! The joke is horrible, man. My mother could do like 2 minutes of stand up. She got a whole setup, everything. It's pretty hilarious, man. But it's cool how you know, they are honest with each other. They pull zero punches. But I mean, once you get to 60 years, hey man, what we dancing around this for? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We've been at this a very long time. And I feel like in relationships, a lot of them fail because we don't have safe spaces to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when people can't feel like they can't say anything because when the other person responds, they're responding from how it affects them versus how it affects you. Does that make sense? And so like they can't really hear what you're saying because they're feeling that they're responding to how what you say affects them and not how it can help you. But we have to create a space environment that you can say, hey, this scared me, or I didn't like this, or this is what I want, this is what I prefer. And instead of it being forget you, it's okay, well, let's talk about it more, right? Because I mean, hey, man, you don't want to get married and not get broken up, right? That's no fun, trust me. So you want to make sure that when you are with somebody, you can make it work. And to all people who are married and trying to get married, just to encourage you guys to yeah, I think we get it twisted with more trying to be Barack Obama and Beyonce, I mean Michelle Obama, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. Really, you should just be two people that can talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be two people that you can trust each other. You should be two people that can converse, and you should be two people that can just be around each other, right? Like you like each other enough. Like I gotta say, my parents like each other. Like now they get on each other's nerves. I see that too. They you tell that, but they like each other, right? And so it's like they have some fun together. You know what I mean? And nothing's wrong with that. But I mean, it takes a lot to last 59 years. I'm just thankful that they have, because everybody doesn't, what I'm saying? But I'm glad that they did, and this is great to see them again, just happy to be their son. I mean, my sisters are cool, but happy to be happy to be their son. So happy anniversary, mom and dad. Love y'all very much. So Ez, I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
All right. Check out the sleepy episode of Super Duper Pod. Thank you for checking us out. Please follow us on all socials. SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? And online at HP53productions.com. Again, appreciate y'all. Thank you for listening to the pod. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. This is the Super Duper Podcast.
Lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this life, thinking I should be further, and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. This said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke up